they're just 16-7 when D'Lo scores 20 or more, or rather they are 16-7, including wins of 9 of their last 11 games. They're 20-18 when he scores 19 or fewer, and here's the catch, they're 0-5 in games he completely misses. So clearly, the Lakers need D'Lo, they need him to be aggressive, and he talked about his confidence after the Lakers' clutch win over the Milwaukee Bucks on Friday.
Public humiliation has done nothing but molded me into the killer that y'all see today. And I never lack confidence. I never fear confrontation. I want all the smoke. I want to talk about it. Let's high IQ players. Let's get in the room and talk about it. I just feel confident what I bring to the basketball game. If it's film, if it's watching it, helping young players, I just know what I bring to the table. So whatever room I walk in, I'm confident.
Okay, so D'Lo says he is confident. Did you catch that? He said that a couple times.
Yeah.
He said he wants all of the smoke. But Perk, they brought D'Angelo Russell in part to help LeBron James organize the offense. What's the balance there of needing maybe more D'Angelo Russell?
Well, number one, he's going to get all the smoke. And it's going to start tonight with De'Aaron Fox. So I hope he's staying on business on that one. Number two, when it comes to D'Lo, what I've watched him do is I watched him actually look to be a scorer. Right, be a shot maker. That's what Anthony Davis and that's what LeBron James especially need around him. And also stagger their minutes if you're Darvin Ham. I'm talking about Bron and D'Lo. Give him an opportunity to cook while Bron is not on the floor because he is an underrated playmaker. And so when I look at D'Lo and I look at what he's been doing offensively, you know why their record is so good, but when he scores 20 or more, because when he's able to get those dubs, it outweighs what he brings on the defensive side of things. So when he's able to put the ball in the basket, it covers up for what he lacks on the defensive end.
But at the end of the day, D'Lo needs the ball in his hands. And that's hard when you're trying to say, hey, it's one of the greatest of all time that has to pass you it. But we all know LeBron James defers when you earn it. And I think D'Lo needs to realize that this is the best case. His last 26 games, if you see this graphic, this is the case for you to say, I've earned it, LeBron. Look at the numbers right here. 22.5 points per game versus the first 35 games of the season. He's shooting 46% from three. If he says, like, look, I'm aggressive and he plays that way, we've seen LeBron James time and time again, whether it is Cleveland with Kyrie Irving. I mean, we know that they had a situation in Miami with D-Wade. Like, there was a mutual respect because of how they approached the game with the confidence of those ball handlers. D'Lo needs to be successfup, and it will, the time is now for him to say, right, LeBron, like, I'm playing my best basketball, and I feel like that's the only case that really helps the Lakers in the future.
Hold up, time out. You earn that respect when it matters the most in the postseason.
Right.
We saw Bron defer to Austin Rivers a lot this season because he earned that right in the postseason last year. And D'Angelo Russell was actually a no-show to the point where he was getting benched.
He averaged 13 points on 43% shooting, 31% on threes in last year's postseason, and then he was benched in that final game against the Denver Nuggets. But it's easy to forget that he's only actually been a part of this team for 13 months. He was traded at the deadline last year, and for 8 of those months, it really has felt like there was a conversation of, okay, is D'Angelo Russell going to be here? For how long? And now it seems like, okay, now that he knows that he's settled a little bit more, how has that changed things for him?
Well, I think for D'Angelo Russell, he was the player in virtually all their trade discussions of anything they wanted to do significant, maybe a month out, 2 months out from the trade deadline.
Yeah.
But that changed when he got back in the starting lineup and he started to impact winning. I think teams elsewhere looked at that player option he has on his contract for next season as a negative. That's changed now. And I think for D'Angelo Russell, DeJounte Murray, some of the players they potentially talked about with the Lakers, they really had to look and say, is giving up D'Angelo Russell with one of our future first-round picks really make us that much better? It didn't. And now you see D'Angelo Russell as a player who has not just value for the Lakers, but value this summer elsewhere.
Yeah, I think he has to prove it in the postseason, but it starts now. Haven't you been saying that this is the postseason? Like, they need him, they need to have that synergy to be successful.
And the last 2.5 months, he has been showing that he can be that.
But
it all is proven. It all is proven in the postseason. Correct. You're absolutely correct. Before we go to break, I do want to hit the other side of this matchup. Keegan Murray, he missed the last game for the Kings with a sprained ankle. What's his status tonight, Woj?
I'm told that Keegan Murray will return to the lineup tonight. He'll be on the floor for the Kings.
That is great news for the Sacramento Kings.
Not great news for the Lakers.
It is not.
Back on the floor for the second game here.